back to another Cut Above with Chris. Excuse me, it's been a little while. As you can see, I still haven't shaved my head. To be honest with you, I've been busy. I can't really explain it. I've been so busy doing stuff, trying to get fit for work, taking my kids everywhere, doctor's appointments, physio appointments. But who am I seeing now? I can't even remember. I'm seeing someone about my neck and my back and my spine. There's that many things happening. My wife's struggling at work. The kids are fucking driving me nuts. It's just been a crazy sort of month. So let's try and have a nice shave. I've got the morning to myself. The kids are at school. The wife's at work. I'm still slowly working back towards getting to work, but I'm not a million miles away. The old wrist is pretty strong now. Right, so for today, as you've probably seen from the name of the video, is Sorrento from Moon Soaps. And Zach and Melody Kent over in the States make these soaps and balms, and they also make bath soaps, and I think they make bath bombs and other things and moisturisers. But this is a fantastic formula. This was the original tallow, as it says here. Original tallow formula that Zach released as his first ever shave soap. Now, it's a great performance soap, it's easy to work with, and the scent on this one, it's just beautiful citrus. And given that it's about 33 degrees today here in Western Australia, this is just perfect. I love this citrus scent. Now, I do have the soap soaking. I'm going to pour all that water out, let most of it fall in the sink, and then I can tell just from that, it's so slick. Now, Zach renders his own tallow as well. He is an ex-butcher, or he's still, I guess he still would be a butcher. I don't think you ever really lose your trade once you've got it. But he renders his own tallow, which is something that most artisans wouldn't do, because I would imagine they wouldn't. It's a bit of a process, and knowing how meat works and fat works and what parts to use, he's probably the man for the job, sort of thing. So he does it all himself. So this, literally, I think the slogan is it still on here? Let me see if they still got it on here. There you go. From the butcher to the barber on the bottom line there. Oh, what a scent. Now, I did use this not too long ago and it was great. The brush is my Strike Gold shave, turned and made by Matt Martin, who used to be Brush Guy. But this is a Strike Gold shave, and I mean, the handle's just beautiful. It did come with, there's a few marks on it when I got it, but I actually sent it over to Serjan when he knotted this with one of his knots. This is a 25mm 2-band silver tip, which looks incredible. He buffed all this whole handle up for me, repolished all, and it looks brand new, like straight off the lathe. So I'll just flick the excess out and straight into the soap. Do a 13-second load, as I have been doing. It just seems to be something I've stuck with. I like the number 13, unlike most. So there's a 13-second load. I've got a loose hair there. I have. That's okay. I've only lost about 5 hairs from this brush, and I've used it a lot since I've got it. Just rinse the soap out now. It also comes with 6 ounces of 5.8 ounces or something of soap. Let me have a look on the top. 6 ounces of soap. I'm not sure what these sell for. I am dreadful for pricing and things like that. You know, I just use stuff, and if I like it, I like it. I tell you, if I don't like it, I tell you. So and luckily and thankfully, pretty much everything that comes in the den these days, or in through my front door, pretty much all of it is good quality. I can't really say bad things about most things now, you know. The only time something doesn't work for me, generally, is when I have an allergic reaction to it. And really, that's not at the fault of the artisan, that's just my skin. Now this is the 5th knot I've used from Rhodium knots. So Jan over in the Australian Capital Territory hand ties these, and this is my favourite of all of them. It's actually not as dense. I will do a video one day just showing the comparison though. This is a 25mm, and I'll just show you a comparison of how dense this knot is in comparison to a 26mm Venturian from that darn Rob, or from Grizzly Bay, who I think uses the same knots. It's quite significant. So they've got a millimetre bigger knot, but it's way less dense. It's not scientific, so don't expect anything that's like blow your mind that it's much different and how many hairs is in each knot. You can just tell from looking at it and the feel of it. I've noticed with this one as well, the more I'm using it, the more the tips are starting to gel. which is quite exciting. I quite like the idea of it getting to a point from use rather than getting a knot that's super jelly when you first get it, and then over 20, 30, 40 uses it becomes too jelly. See, this still has a beautiful scrub and a beautiful sort of face feel. There's no scritch or scratch from it, there's nothing uncomfortable with it. Just dipping the knot in the water, painting more water in. I think I'll splay now. I have, believe it or not, I'm finding it hard at the moment. Finding it hard, that sounds so stupid. I've got about 20 brushes, something like that, 15 to 20 brushes. But I think I've actually got more natural hair now than synthetic. I am actually struggling to reach past my 3 rhodium knots at the moment. I generally go in there and I pick up brushes that I really enjoy. I mean, I love my Envy Shave, it's beautiful and it's got a great knot. And then as I'm picking it up, I end up picking up a rhodium knot. I just seem to prefer at the moment a natural fibres. And I know that's not great for the little badgers. Really, I eat meat, I eat eggs. I don't actually have dairy products, believe it or not, which is a bit odd. I mean, some people class an egg as a dairy product, I don't know how that's a freaking dairy product. Now, scent strength on this is super strong. I mean, this for a citrus scent, it's like a 6, 7, which is unusual. Citrus scents are normally quite hard to get that strength of scent into them. I mean, I'm nowhere near done there, but that is a stunning lather already. And I've only got a 13-second load, so imagine how bad this would be if I was doing my old school load it like you hate it, which you don't have to do that. I've figured that out. 13 seconds is ample for most soaps. Like I say, Ariane and Evans Kaizen base, I mean, I can load that for 5 seconds and get a similar lather to this from a 5-second load. I have to soak the soap first, soften that top layer, but 5-second load and I can get a fantastic lather, which I will showcase eventually. Just going to dip and paint water in now. And again. Now, the lather's a little bit airy, but it feels dense and heavy. It's not like a lather that's just going to dissipate. And you will see, especially with this camera, you'll see a lot of air bubbles on there, but I can assure you it's a great, thick, quality lather. And I know it's slick because I've used it several times. The feather, this hasn't showcased for a while now. I've been using straight razors almost exclusively. Not all the time. I gave the Karve a run out recently and I haven't used this for, I can't remember how long. It'll be interesting to see how I use it now, given that I've been using straights for so long. And I have found the straights a challenge in comparison to this, believe it or not. The machined edge seems to work a bit better for me, but we'll see how we go. 2 days growth, with the feather, and this has got a feather super professional blade in here, which is feather's thickest, sharpest, biggest, strongest blade, I think. I don't know. Here we go. This is so slick, this salt. I mean, it is crazy slick. Right. And clearly not as proficient as your Dave Cards in the world, but I'm at a point now where I feel confident. I'm not going to chew myself to bits. And that is just melting off the blade. Come on, there we go. No, don't want to do it today. There's a little bit of soap on there, but nothing major. I'm actually going too close to the camera. I should actually just go there. I don't have to get super close. I look at this little screen and think that's what people see, but they don't. So it's generally people watch it on a bigger phone or a laptop or iPad, a computer screen. Some nutters on a TV, like me. Just rinse that out. Look at this. It is top tier soap. Strangely enough, I don't have this in my top drawer, which is my sort of elite soaps and my favourite scents and things like that. I don't have it in there because I don't have any room, so it sits in the second drawer now with the barbershop scent, which I can't remember the name of. So here we go. It's pretty damn good, isn't it? I mean, seriously, it is good stuff. Brilliant. And the Rhodium knots, it just seems to get better and better. I've got 3 knots from him in the den, and each one gets better as they go along. Take a good little weeper there. Yeah, I think it's actually a little nick, a little cut. That's okay, who cares? One thing I am noticing while I'm using this right now, I feel like I've got a much lighter touch. Yeah, that's definitely a little, that's a nick, that's not a weeper. Right, against the grain. I didn't even feel that cut. And that's down to the silk, believe it or not. Even though these blades are super sharp, the slicker the silk, the more comfortable it is for me against the grain. Just touch that a bit up there. That's incredible. You can see how much cleaner my skin and my neck is now regarding soap. I used to leave a lot of soap everywhere, but I'm getting better with it. The less soap I leave, I tend to realise I'm getting better technique, whether it be a straight or a chevet. And these are super sharp blades, so yeah, that's incredible, the slickness. As good as anything, it really is. I think, to be honest with you, I think Zach came back to this formula because I believe it actually was his best formula, the very first one that he made. And that's not saying anything against his other formulas, but the other 2 or 3 that he created was still great. And the cream was brilliant as well. Just going to dip a little bit of water in. Beautiful. I do have the Karve here anyway, because I don't think I'll get that BBS shave that I'm always looking for, or close to that. So I just finish out around my lips, but let's see how we go today. So slick. I mean, I have to be honest, you know, I prefer this to straight. It's just as simple as that. I prefer the feel. The build quality obviously is far superior to a gold dollar. Right, and then we just go with the grain. Especially down here. I mean, I'll probably get a couple of weepers here, but it just melts through the hair. It's not like, straight razors are sharp, don't get me wrong, when they're honed nicely. you certainly appreciate the slick soap. Right, we'll finish off there with the civet. I'll have a feel and just see how it is. I know I'm going to have to do around my lips, most likely. I'll have a feel anyway. I mean, that's brilliant. A couple of little bits of hair at the side, a little bit of my nose. Even on my lips, good. I've got a little bit there, but not much on that side. So I'm really happy with that. I couldn't really have asked for a bit of shave back onto the feather. So I've got the Karve Christopher Bradley razor, 3.25 inch handle I think it is, with the B plate, and I've got the same big super platinum chrome in here. It just seems to go on and on and on. I'm not using it much, but it's lasting a long time. Wonderful. Even on that part there, there's way less on that movement than what I find when I use the straight razor. I've got a weeper there already, so I do find with chevets and straights I get less irritation, I get less weepers. Generally, if I'm careful and I do a good job, I get less weepers. I'm just going to touch up here, just against the grain. Nice light touch. I mean, this stuff is slick, really slick. The scent's fantastic. It's a strong scent that I don't react to. My skin just doesn't react to it, so that's great as well. It's a pretty good shave. I can't really grumble with that. I am just going to grab this, just touch these sideburns up. I know that's dry skin, but it doesn't really matter. The head here will be coming off eventually when I can be arsed. Right, we'll finish off now with some, give this a good shake, it hasn't been used for a while. Sorrento post-shave balm from Moon Soaps. It's quite a liquidy balm, it's really nice, and I've noticed inside the bottle it never splits. So it sits there for ages, I pick it up and it's pure white, there's no like splitting with clear and white and things like that. Great bottles, glass. They just work very, very well. That's the ingredients there if you want to have a little squizzy at the ingredients. There's not much in there, but they are pretty good. And I'll go for 2 squirts. Oh, it's a great scent. It really is. Of all the products they've released shaving wise, this is my favourite, hands down. It's the best for me. I love citrus scents, but this one's quite strong. And I do find with the balm it lasts a good 45 minutes to an hour just on your skin, the scent of it. Really refreshing. Just going to rinse the brush out now. I did lose 2 hairs from the knot there, but I'm not worried. And even if I did lose more and it's kept losing it, I know Sir Jam would look after me, and I know he'll look after anyone else that's got one of his knots. I highly recommend his work. Customer service is great, getting back to you is great. I mean, I don't know whether he's taking custom orders at the moment. I know he was really, really busy for a while. I think he most likely still is. And for good reason. I have used the Declaration Grooming knot a while ago, and I think he's definitely in that realm. definitely. Only it's cheaper. For me anyway in Australia. I don't know whether it's cheaper worldwide. Look at that, I've shook all the excess out there. Just a beautiful knot. And the reason I like the one in this handle is it's almost just, sometimes I look at it and it just looks like a flat top. It's got an ever so slightly small curve on the top. I know what you're thinking, you arsehole, smashing your brush on that towel there, disgusting. So what I do, I've found now my rhodium knots don't really lose any hairs when I do that. I'm just fanning it out. You can see there is a curve to it obviously, but it's quite a, aesthetically it's a very nice looking brush. Right, Sorrento from Moon Soaps, fantastic, brilliant scent. The performance is exceptional, it really is. It is top tier soap. It is up there with your Kaizens and your Barrister and Mans and all that sort of stuff. It is up there, you know, and there's a few new guys that have come along the way at the moment that are pumping out some excellent products. Heritage Hill being one of them, and Spearhead Shaving, and just the Artisans. It's such a compressed and there's just so many people doing it these days. It's I don't really know how they all get by, you know. I know it's a preference thing. I will say one thing, some companies are bringing out scents that I'm really enjoying. Spearhead Shaving have brought out the Seaforth Heather, and to be honest with you, it is, for me, in my nose, it just blows me away. I don't know what it is about it. It's almost got like a Werther's Original type creamy carameliness to it. It's a stunning scent, and you know that the soap itself is performing beautifully as well. So the brush, as you've just seen anyway, I'll put it back on again, was the Strike Gold Shave Like a President from Frank over in the States. Beautiful brush. Now Frank does his own hand tied knots as well, so if you do go and get one, he can hand tie a knot for you as well. I know he's had some help and some guidance from Surjan and others in the wet shaving community. He hones razors, you know, he's a sort of jack of all trades in the wet shaving community, and that's great. And his attitude and commitment to it is brilliant as well. The razor was the Feather Artist Club stainless steel, plastic handle, stainless steel all the way through here, and a Feather super professional blade, which really, I think the weepers I've got have come from the DE razor. They haven't come from the Chevette, other than the one that I got you. Everything else was great. And finished off with the Karve. Can't forget the Karve, Christopher Bradley razor, stainless steel. I haven't seen anything out of Karve really lately. I haven't seen anyone use a titanium or anyone mention a titanium. I haven't seen anyone saying that they've got new aluminiums. I don't really know what's going on over there. I have messaged Chris and see how he's getting on, and I know Jack's not there anymore, and it's a bit of a crazy one really. I can't really put my finger on it. I know everyone's got to be able to survive and pay their own bills and things like that, and staff cost you money if you're not making a lot of money at the time, but it's a bit, I don't know, it seems to be a sort of dead space. I see a lot of pictures of beer and scenery and stuff like that and stories, but I don't see much coming out of the workshop, so it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next month or two. Finished off today with Sorrento Balm, fantastic product. Post shave, brilliant, love it. This will last me all day, I know it will. We are moving into summer, so I do prefer aftershaves and things for summer, lighter things. This is a very light balm and it works beautifully. And with that, I hope you enjoyed it. It's been a while since I've been back. I've obviously hit my usual 30 minutes almost, so stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.